Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to tackle a question that's part of all our lives but one we might not think about too much: why do seasons change? Think about it, one day it's freezing cold, everything's covered in snow, and just a few months later, flowers are blooming and the sun is warming us up. So, why does this change happen? Why do we sweat in summer and shiver in winter? Or why do some places barely notice seasons at all? It all comes down to Earth's dance in space. Yup, you heard that right, Earth's relationship with the sun is like a perfectly choreographed routine. Science tells us this: Earth's axis is tilted just a bit, and because of that tilt, sunlight hits us at different angles throughout the year. That's the secret behind the seasons. But it doesn't stop there. In this video, we'll break down exactly why seasons change, talk about how it affects our lives, and even throw in some mind-blowing facts to broaden your horizons. For example, have you ever wondered what the world would be like if there were no seasons? If you're ready, let's take off on this cosmic journey. Now, let's get into how seasons are formed. It all starts with Earth's movement around the sun. But don't think it's just a simple spin. Earth's axis is tilted at exactly 23.5 degrees. Picture it like a top spinning in space, leaning a little to the side. This tilt causes sunlight to hit Earth at different angles throughout the year. For example, in summer, when the northern hemisphere is tilted more toward the sun, the rays come in at a steeper angle, heating everything up. In winter, it's the opposite: that part of Earth tilts away from the sun, the rays come in at a slant, and the air gets cold. That's the simple yet miraculous mechanism that creates the seasons. Earth's dance, orbit and tilt. Earth completes one full trip around the sun in 365 days and 6 hours, that's what we call its orbit. But here's the thing, seasons aren't caused by how far Earth is from the sun, they come from that tilt. Let's clear up a common misunderstanding: Earth isn't farther from the sun in winter. In fact, when it's winter in the northern hemisphere, Earth is actually a bit closer to the sun than it is in summer. But because of the tilt, the rays carry less energy to us. That's why you shiver when you take off your coat. The impact of seasons on ecosystems. So, does this change only affect the weather? Nope. Seasons shape the entire balance of nature. For instance, plants wake up in spring, grow in summer, shed their leaves in fall, and rest in winter. Animals adapt to this too: some migrate, others hibernate. Imagine if there were no seasons, how would agriculture be affected? The wheat, corn, or apples we eat today depend on the regular cycle of seasons. Without them, farmers wouldn't know when to plant, and we might even face food shortages. Nature's rhythm works like a clock, keeping everything in sync. A curious question: why are seasons less noticeable at the equator? Let's look at this too: why aren't seasons as distinct near the equator? It's because Earth's tilt doesn't change the angle of sunlight much in those areas. There, the rays hit at nearly the same angle all year round, so the temperature stays pretty steady. For example, in places like Indonesia or Kenya, they have things like a dry season and a rainy season, but not the winter-summer contrast we're used to. This shows how the effect of the tilt varies depending on geography. Historical and cultural connections. Seasons have shaped human history too. Ancient civilizations tracked seasonal cycles for farming and even held festivals around them. For example, in ancient Egypt, the flooding of the Nile River was tied to the summer season, and it literally saved their lives by watering their crops. Even today, seasons are woven into our culture. Winter brings New Year celebrations, summer brings vacations. Without seasons, wouldn't life feel a lot more monotonous? Bonus fact: have seasons always been the same? Here's a surprising tidbit: seasons have always existed because of Earth's tilt, but that tilt isn't fixed. Over thousands of years, Earth's axis goes through tiny shifts. Right now, it's at 23.5 degrees, but 10,000 years ago, it was slightly different. This means the intensity of seasons could change in the future. Maybe our grandkids will experience milder winters, who knows? Yes, our journey into why seasons change ends here. As you've seen, it all starts with that little tilt of Earth. That 23.5-degree angle gives us spring, summer, fall, and winter, shaping nature, agriculture, and even our cultures. So, what do you think life would be like without seasons? Maybe we'd have the same weather every day, but wouldn't that get a bit boring? Or which season is your favorite? Be sure to share in the comments, I'd love to read them.